Hello, this is Richard Leeson, and we left off going through these reports last time, and what I wanted to do is show you how important that system uh, simulation is and selection is in this case. And so I've loaded the site summary report, and we'll go ahead and pop that open. And I just want to focus on this one right now, this Office Medium. And so we look at the Office Medium pre-1980. And it's sitting here, it's about 346,000 square feet, so that's quite a bit. And we see that it's sitting at 126 or about 127 kBTUs per foot squared as the energy intensity. And so what I wanted to show was, let's go back here to input, and we go to energy, and we go to our baseline, and it'll load. We'll give it a moment. Now we said it was that Office Medium pre-1980, so that's one we have loaded here. And if you remember, that was a fan coil, and I wanted to show you how big a change that is depending on the system selection. Because the system selection is one of those things where it's once the building is kind of starting at that system, it's hard to kind of rip that system out, even in a deep energy retrofit. You change out chillers, you can change out a lot of things, but this is one that is really hard because this is all your ductwork, terminal units, and controls, and everything would have to be yanked out and renovated if you're going to switch systems. So it's kind of a big deal in many buildings to switch the systems out. So we got one to simulate. Remember last time we had them all sitting here and we just hit this button, which went through all of them. Like I said before, we can come down here, just go to that one and just simulate that one by itself, and we can see that it popped and it's now queued. Give it 5 seconds, and now it's changed gold to running. And I'm going to go ahead and stick with it and see. We'll see how long this takes. So I'll talk to you for about a minute. So like I was saying, is that when you can go through and you can gut the building, and you can take the walls out and put insulation in. You can change out windows, change out chillers, you can change out a lot of things, but in many cases to kind of completely rip out all of the system and reroute new ductwork controls, electric, gas, and the whole works is many times cost prohibitive. They do that maybe would do that on an old historical building where you have basically a simple system, then you put a modern system in. But if the system's fairly modern, and you want to and you would just want to swap it out to get say you got a multi-zone in constant air volume multi-zone, you might make that into a variable air volume multi-zone, but it's probably not going to rip all the ductwork out. If you're already at a single ductwork system, then it's easier to go from a constant air volume system with reheat to a variable air volume system with reheat. Anyway, so this has been running about a minute or so, and we can see that it's already complete. Pull our results back, and we can go ahead and since this is already done and saved, we can go directly to the results and go to the site summary. Have that load. Let's go ahead and open that up, pull that down, and that was at Office Medium. And you can see we moved from what was at 128 before, 127, 128, and now the baseline is 80 or 79. And so, that's a significant change just by the system type. So like I said, depending on where these buildings start really depends on what the base system is, and it really depends on how this building will perform, because there are certain inherent things that are going to be that you really can't change, even when you start adding the energy efficiency measures. So yeah, like I said, we'll put in more efficient HVAC, we'll put in better windows and insulation and lights, drop equipment loads. But there's only so far we can take that down without changing the system out. And so like I said, starting with depending on where that system is and where it was and where it's going to go to, makes a big difference in the results. At this point, we're not going to talk about all the other EEMs because we'll see that when we do our energy efficiency measures and alternatives. We'll see how the EEMs affect it, how the lighting and the infiltration and all and the different things affect it. And so we'll investigate those parameters. So, but I wanted to show you how what the system did. So that's all I had for this one, and we'll pick it up from here. We'll move on to installation in our next videos.